Hello, sacred souls. It's Susanna from Shamanic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is a continuation of the womb healing from last week. So I've had a few things happen, and you can see the bowl that broke into three pieces, and it actually really broke apart. So my tripod fell over and this got knocked down onto the floor as well as the elements that I had. So, first of all, that actually made me decide to switch it up because I had this idea for sort of a more traveling type of altar. And I thought, you know what? Let me try this at home, right? So I have clay for the earth element. I have the bird wing for the air element. That's the one that I found at the lake a few years ago. Then, of course, a candle for the fire element and a shell for the water element, just to mix it up a little bit and keep it interesting. But as I said, the tripod knocked over the setup that I had already prepared a few days ago. And my apologies, I've had a few things going on, so I wasn't able to properly do it with a new setup where I also added rosemary around here for protection and salt. So initially I only had it like this, right? But now I felt we needed extra layers of protection there. So when I saw how this bowl had broken, you can see it. Wait a minute. It was this way. Sorry, I got them backwards here. You can see that it broke very cleanly into three pieces. There is no extra piece missing. It's completely, or it looks intact, except it broke evenly. I felt very strongly that the womb basically broke open, right? So, in other words, there was a lot of trauma stored, and it was just too much pressure. There was too much stuff going on. It had to break in order to release some of that. And what I was also guided to, this is amazing. I got a heart-shaped potato, and I will do another ceremony after boiling it. I just wasn't sure how well it would survive the boiling intact, right? I'm actually not sure which side is better, but it doesn't matter. Because sometimes the skin comes off, and if in case it breaks, I wanted to show you first while it's intact, uncooked, right? So raw. So this is clearly the issue. So basically, we need a heart healing to help us with the womb healing. So this I will go into more detail either in the next ceremony or in one of the next few, right? And I also, around the same time, found this knife. And initially, I thought of being backstabbed, right? So it's like, then just like the fork usually represents or symbolizes the devil's pitchfork, the knife usually represents being backstabbed, right? So a lot of times it's when we're betrayed, right? So betrayal is along the lines of backstabbing. And a lot of the trauma that is related to love has to do with being betrayed, right? And also the last release that was done had to do with sexual predators. So even if it wasn't directly a sexual predator, but it was in relationships where the person was a taker, so had some predatory behavior, right? As in feeling that they had the right to betray us in whatever way, shape, or form. So there could have been different forms of betrayal. Cheating is definitely one of them, but it could also be other forms of betrayal that are in a love relationship, but it's a different form of betrayal that we might have experienced, right? So anything related to love relationships, and here I'm talking about um yeah, between like intimate relationships, right? So anything that has to do with trauma, broken hearts, and suffering due to betrayal, and anything along those lines of like predatory type of behavior within a relationship, right? So if one person preys on another by using them or by abusing them or both. So this could also be just knowing that they were simply using the other person for whatever gain, either social status or financial gain or whatever else there could have been, right? So all of that shall be healed in the ceremony and the following ones. So definitely the following one with the heart healing that's coming up, and then anything else that also follows. And I also wanted to quickly announce up front before I forget it again. So on May 19th, that's this coming Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's the next virtual shamanic healing ceremony. It's interactive. It'll be a lot of fun because you get to handle props as well. I mean, your own props, right? So I really look forward to seeing many of you there online, virtually. And if you're interested, please head over to meetup.com to sign up. The information is in the description box below. And yeah, I did post it a few days ago. I just posted it right after filming the last video, so I didn't officially announce it in the last video. Anyhow, that's it for now. So let's get started, and we're going to start with smudging, and then I'm going to light this candle. And yeah, I was just thinking I should move some stuff. Oh, let me just move this one over here because I have everything on this side. Please cleanse, clear, and renew all of our energies and take away anything dark, low vibrational, and unhealed, and transmute it into pure divine essence and return it to the universe for reintegration, and help us fully and completely reconnect to our own inner divinity, as well as that all around us, and through that help us be in oneness with all of creation. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. All right, let's call in our divine team. Dear divine higher power of the universe, our higher selves, our entire divine spirit team of the light, including our ancestors that are in the light, the 4 directions, and the 4 elements, please join the ceremony and assist the healings, prayers, and protection with all of your powers. Thank you. Please close the circle of protection around us. Thank you. All right. Let us take a moment to think of all, or at least some of the blessings that we have in our lives. I am very grateful for having gotten a few things done that I had to get done. I have wonderful fresh laundry again and so on, right? So that always feels good. And also, once again, I want to give thanks for the guidance, even if sometimes when something like this breaks, I do have my human moment of getting annoyed. However, this is a super clear image, and I realized very quickly, as I usually do at this point, that there's always a very good, strong, and important message behind it, right? So I don't think I would have understood to that extent about the breaking open of the womb space where all that stuff had to start coming out, right? So sometimes when there's too much to be held, then yeah, anyway, you get my point. So I want to give thanks for that strong guidance that I keep receiving. And I also want to thank all of you who are following me on this channel and watching these videos and who are a part of our Ascending Collective. So I very much appreciate you being here and also doing your own spiritual work of healing yourselves and moving forward on the ascension journey. So with that being said, let us jump into the healing. And I ask our divine team, by lighting this candle, that the light, the divine light in our womb space shall be reignited very strongly and heal our entire womb space from the inside. And again, this does not have to refer to any specific gender, but the womb space as in this space, our creative space in our second chakra mainly, right? The sacral chakra is usually like where all the womb stuff is, but it can also affect the other neighboring chakras, right? But basically to heal all that trauma, all that pain that we have carried from toxic and abusive relationships where there was betrayal and backstabbing and any other emotionally unhealthy bond and connection. That can also include neglect, right? Emotional neglect, starving someone emotionally or sexually or financially, or in whatever other form that kind of cold control might have been carried out. Let all those dark, toxic, destructive energies now and forever be broken in our lives. Let them be gone now. That actually, got a splinter in my thumb from that. Look at that. So this is something nasty that still wants to stick us with its, thank you, with its own pain. So, thank you. So the people that are really broken are the ones that usually try to hurt others, right? So as they're being broken, they want to inflict pain onto others, and they're trying to hurt us simply because they were extremely hurt. So I have to be careful here. Okay, I got the 4 pieces. I think that's good enough. Yeah, those last 2 actually hurt. Wow. Okay, so all of that and any and all black magic, evil witchcraft, spells, curses, hexes, and any other ill intentions that were put on us and our lineages shall now and forever be broken, cleansed, cleared, and removed from our lineages forward and backward in time and throughout all of time and space and all aspects of the universe. I actually do believe that the multiverse is a part of the fractured world where when we collapse it together, it's the universe simply. But I got so used to saying that I'm just gonna have to try to find a new way of saying it. But basically, the universe in all its aspects and forms, and including parallel universes and all that stuff, which is really, I believe, different timelines. So, in all aspects, thank you. Okay. So, our lineages, forwards and backwards in time, throughout all of time and space, and all timelines, and all aspects of the universe, all of that shall be broken and removed from us. And we shall be healed, our womb space, our creative space, our second chakra, and the neighboring ones. So even though it's mainly for the sacral chakra, but also the solar plexus and the root chakra are usually affected by that. So all of that shall be healed and protected with the rosemary and the salt surrounding us protectively. So thank you, Great Spirit of the rosemary. Thank you, Great Spirit of the salt, for stepping in and protecting us. And that's why I needed to have this set up, because the ancestors want to come through with this wing to speak extra blessings into our lives for this healing, that our womb space receives this calm and warm healing light. This would be a good moment for you to put your hands on your belly and take a few deep breaths in and out very slowly, and focus on exhaling all that darkness and then inhaling the divine healing light. So let us do that together a few times. Let's start with the exhale to get rid of the dark stuff first. So, and inhaling the pure divine healing light. And exhaling all that darkness, all that pain, all that hurt, everything that we took personal that really wasn't, because we were dealing with really hurt people who simply hurt us because they didn't know what to do with their own pain. So let us exhale all that dark stuff. Whoops, sorry, I hit the tripod. And let us inhale more of that divine light. And one last exhale of all that dark stuff. And one more inhale of that pure divine light. And let that sit in your chest for a little bit. If you want to kind of inflate your belly a little bit as well, you can kind of spread that light that you just inhaled through your belly as well, and exhale at your own pace. And I feel like the clay, and look at the shape too. It's like there's a flower represented, and clay is like, the shape is almost round, so like Mother Earth is represented here, right? If you have a stone or anything that's made of clay, or if you have some soil or sand or something at home, now would be a good time to touch that. Hold it in your hands. You can hold it like this, whatever feels comfortable. And just connect with the earth to help us get grounded again. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that when this got knocked down, the earth elements spilled all over the floor, and I just finished cleaning that up in detail now. I didn't really have much time before, so it was a mess. So that's exactly that grounding that we need, that reconnection that helps us have that tranquility, that inner peace. If we're just running around like a chicken with a head cut off, then we cannot be truly connected. We cannot truly be grounded, right? And we want to be grounded. We want to be connected to Mother Earth for this healing. So, oh. Oh. Yeah, I very much feel that calm energy now. We're good. We're really good. We're coming back to ourselves. We call back all of our power, all of our strength, all of our self-worth, our self-identity. A lot of times, as part of those situations, we kind of lost our own identity a little bit, or maybe more than a little bit, maybe a lot. But we're now finding ourselves again. We're reclaiming every part of who we are. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Let us now give massive amounts of love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings to our divine team. Open the circle of protection around us and keep us strongly and massively safe, shielded, and protected. Let the ceremony now be finished. And let us be massively protected by a 12D shield of golden light with a divine seal of protection. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön. All my relations, all our relations. And so it is. All right, everyone. Once again, thank you so much for watching, for being a part of the ceremony, and for being on your own healing and ascension journey. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to support the channel further, there's a PayPal link down below. And of course, if you are able to join us on the 17th, meaning this coming Sunday, for the virtual healing ceremony at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that would be absolutely amazing. If not, we'll reconnect in one of the next videos. Until then, I'm sending you tons of love, light, and blessings. Be well until next time, and I wish you great abundance. May truth and integrity always be with you. Bye for now.